In this video, I'm going to go through the JCE Editor, which we use in Joomla. Most of the time, the things that you'll be working on with the editor are articles. So I'm in this content area for articles, and I'm just going to open up the Detroit's main article from the home page. So what I want to show you here, notice what it's covering is this section, and this is down to the map here. I'm going to go to the page just so you can get a sense. So the article that we're working on is really this box in here. Remember, this is the sidebar, this is the banner page, and the article appears all through this column. So that's the section that we're working on in this editor. There are several tabs across the top. For the most part, you can just stay in this content area, and everything that you're going to need to do is right in this window here. A lot of icons appear up here, and if you hover over the icon, after a bit it'll tell you what the feature does. And I'm going to go through several of the common features first of all. So this is called a WYSIWYG editor. It's what you see is what you get. In other words, what you're seeing here is how it should appear on the page. If you highlight a section of text, then you can make certain changes to it. So I could change this to bold. I could change it to italics. The style that we want to use for the standard text in here is going to be just this paragraph item. So if you enter text in and it doesn't look right, change it to the paragraph style right here. And I would suggest use this here to set the format whenever it's possible. And you can see that it'll give you an idea of what's being selected. We want to discourage you from coming in and changing the font families and changing the font size and adding lots of different colors, because then the uniformity of the pages across the whole website are going to change. So stay with this. Now, coming in and just changing something to bold or making it italics just for a little emphasis, that will work fine. But don't go around and change the size a lot. When you're working in here, there's a few things that you can do. When you're making changes, you can just click Save. You'll stay on this page and those changes will be committed. If you want to see what it looks like, you can always click this Preview tab, and then everything will come across. Notice how the map appears here in this preview, but it doesn't appear in the editor here. The other thing that you could do is if you open up another tab on your browser and then refresh the page, you can see what it looks like on the page there as well. Now you may want to add links to the page. So for example, if this upcoming events was supposed to be a link to another document, what you would do at this point then is click on the link tab. Let me look for it a moment here. It's usually a chain. And then it's giving me a few choices here. This URL would be what page do I want it to go to. So if I had that open, copying that, if I paste that in there, that's the link that would now take it to that page. I just want to undo that. I don't want that link. But that is how you could create a link to a page. Now sometimes you'll want a link to a document. So if this really was referring to a document, you do the same type of thing, come into the link, and then instead of putting to our URL, you could browse out and go find the document that this was to refer to. And these are certain pages. But if you went to browse out to a document and click on the insert, then that would link to the document on that site. In another video, I'll go through uploading images and documents to the site and where to put them. The other thing that you can do is insert images here. So what you want to do is put the icon approximately where you want the image to appear, and then I would suggest use this icon here to insert and edit an image. It's a little different from this one down here. So let me just show you first of all. So if I come in, this is going to open up this image manager. I'm able to browse out to the area, get a little bit of a preview of the image. So if I wanted to come out to the Detroit site, get to the images, now I get a little bit of a preview here. Let's say I want to insert that here. Now I need to scale it and size it at this point. And if you actually come back in and do this, you can change the dimensions in here as well. So I want this to be 140. It'll maintain the proportions there. Here's the document that I brought in, and you can use that image editing tool to update that as well. As I mentioned in another video, I will go through how to upload images into the site and other documents. But for the most part, I just want you to use the features here for paragraph, the different headings. You can use the bold, the italics, the underline for the special features in there. These options here would allow you to change the justification. Usually you're going to want left justification. I think that's all that I need to cover on the image editor at this point.